All right, welcome to The4sho. Thanks for joining us. Today we have a realtor with us. We have Natasha.
Yes, I'm Natasha Bazile with SoldbyNat.com.
Okay. And me and Tasha, we went to Miramar together, Miramar High School. So this is
Wow.
great.
Right? What year did you graduate?
98.
Oh, okay, we're the same year. Shout out to Miramar class of 98.
And Natasha also has a YouTube page, which is,
Sold by Nat.
and y'all should go check it out. She has some great content. If you're looking to buy a house or sell a
Sell.
house,
You wanna
rent,
yeah, you wanna buy one day.
she has
Homeowner
some
tips.
great tips.
Thank you.
I seen the what you posted this week about the houses. It's a rental community.
Yeah, brand new homes for rent.
So I guess you was asking what would someone need that for? It's like if you was moving to Atlanta on an assignment,
Okay.
that
And,
would be the only great.
and you weren't sure where you wanted to move.
Yeah, if you was
Okay.
moving for assignment, like you're gonna be here for a year and then you go somewhere else another year,
I thought about something
or
else too.
military, like,
Okay.
but it's not even close to the military
No,
though.
it's not. No, I thought about other reasons though, like after a foreclosure or short sale, like you
Oh.
you gotta wait those
Yeah.
3 years, depending on what type of loan you get. So I thought about that too. Like that would be a reason why somebody would have to wait.
So do yourself a favor and check out her page. She has some great info.
Thank you.
Very great info.
Thank you.
So how's it been starting your channel?
Oh my gosh, I love it. And I love it because, so I got licensed in 2011. Like next week will be a year that I've made videos consistently every week. So I'm like pat on my back for that because I got licensed in 2011. I went full time in 2013. And in real estate, they have, like, they always tell you this is what you should be doing. Like, you should be cold calling, you should be door knocking. And this is a message for any entrepreneur, anything that you're doing, period. Like, you have what people are telling you should be doing, but inside it just wasn't sitting well. Like, I didn't get into real estate to be a telemarketer.
Yeah.
So it was always this inner struggle with, okay, do what they say you should be doing versus what you want to do or feel like you should be doing. So I made my first video in 2011, but I kind of put it down because I was like, I fear. I didn't want to take the chance. I didn't know if it was working. I wish I would have because look where video has gone to this day.
It's
I would be so much
taken
further
over.
ahead. Right.
Yeah.
So finally last year I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go with that voice inside and I'm just going to pursue it. And it's just been great. I genuinely like doing it. I like editing. I like the learning. And then I like sharing and connecting with people. And then I get messages from people that say, your video helped me. Pretty much that I just have people, reaching out saying, they're finding the information helpful. And I post like homeowner tips and things like that. So it's being received well. So that's like a plus. I'm enjoying it. And then people are receiving it well. So
Yeah, the great thing is you look like a natural. I'm telling you, I've really been enjoying your videos and
Thank
I'm going
you.
through the home process right now.
Okay.
So I've been looking at your videos and
Not with me,
getting
though.
tips.
No, I'm just kidding. I just had to do that to you. I just had to do that to you.
You didn't do it off camera, but you did it on camera.
Okay, I just had to tease.
So, yeah, it's been very helpful.
Okay.
And-
How has the process been for you?
Man, it's more of me and my wife, like
Okay.
trying to find the perfect thing because I want one thing and she want another thing. So it's like we gotta compromise,
Compromise.
which is hard. I lost big.
Normally men do lose, so I mean, don't feel
man.
bad. Like
I
happy
lost.
wife, happy life.
I lost bad. How has it? What made you start?
You sure you want to go there?
Yeah, because I remember I seen you posted up a 2000 throwback when you first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So how did I start? So, like we said, we first met in Florida. We went to high school together. So I lived there until '06. And if you don't know about the housing prices, insurance price, like it's just high in Florida.
Yeah.
So 2006, like the market was booming. And like in Georgia, they were like giving away houses. Like it felt like they were giving away anybody could get
Side note,
approved.
in 2005 is when I moved here. So before I left, it was like hurricane season. Hurricanes coming all the time. And then I was saving to like buy a condo, and then I end up calling my brother, and he was like, man, you should come up here where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
What you looking at to get a 1-1 condo? You could get a whole 3-2.5
Right.
upstairs, downstairs
Right.
townhome, brand new. So I
Right.
was like, man, I need to make this move.
Yeah.
And then I called to get finance. So I was gonna try to do it while I was in Florida.
Okay.
I was gonna try to buy a townhome in Georgia while I was living in Florida, and I was just gonna have it, rent it, do something with it, just like as an investment. So at that time, they told me with the finance, they was like, your credit score is fine, but you don't work up here, so it's not gonna be your home.
Your first home.
So you won't be approved. So I came up here, got a job. In 6 months of working, they approved me, and that's how I brought my first home up here.
Okay. Yeah. So sometimes when that happens, you'll have to buy it as your second home because you don't. You can't. It's not your first home, so that means your interest rates are going to be higher, not as if you were living in the home. So opposite end, when I bought still living in Florida. Yeah, I bought still living in Florida. However, I mean, that was 06. I closed in 06. I ended up moving in 07. Like I said, they were like giving homes away. And yeah, so fast forward a little bit. What happens in 08? The market crashes. So when I, went through getting the house and getting qualified, interest rates was high. The payment was high. It was an adjustable rate mortgage, which if you don't know what adjustable rate mortgage is, your interest rate changes at certain periods. For some, ideally, you think that's going to be good, but it's not for everybody. And a lot of people got interest-only loans, and that jacked a lot of people up, which contributed to the market crashing. But they said, just refinance when you get to Georgia. Yeah. Just refinance, and you'll be fine. However, you cannot refinance. The market crashes, and you lose the value in your house. I moved to Georgia. Why did I do this with no job? Or I was like, I'll just figure it out when I get there. No, not the look. So I wasn't making as much. So there's a lot of factors that come into refinancing. So I could have easily lost my home when the market crashed. By the grace of God, I didn't. So yeah, that ended up working out that way. So to answer your question, what got me into real estate was going through that. That really piqued my interest, and just when I look back on it, there were a lot of things that happened in my life around real estate.
So it was calling you.
It pretty much. It was calling. Like now, when I look back, I'm like, okay, God, I see you. Like I wanted to be able to educate people and guide them through the process because I did not educate myself. I just was like, I'm buying a house.
Yeah.
My friends came down here and they bought houses. I came down and put it was just like, when I think about it, I'm like, you did it all wrong. After I put a contract on the house, I went to Rooms To Go and open an account to get furniture. Like, you don't do that. Like, it's just so many things I did wrong. And when I went back to my paperwork, I had a $30,000 balloon payment.
Wow.
Like, I didn't care. I just signed on the dotted line. So that's why,
You so anxious to get in the house, you don't look at what could happen down the road.
Exactly. So yes, that is why I got into real estate, because I wanted to provide education and guide people and help people. So yeah.
And that's dope. Like I said before, I enjoy your videos. I hope you go and check her out at Soldby Nat. What's the page? The name of the page is Soldby Nat,
Yeah,
right?
Soldby Nat. So you search it on YouTube, Soldby Nat. All my handles are Soldby Nat.
So what, did you run into any problems like on your journey to becoming a realtor?
Problems? No, but it was like more of an adjustment period. Because, I was always used to that W-2 life, like that steady paycheck, that it is very different.
So now you're a contractor.
Pretty much, yeah, 1099. And like it's a different level of comfort and security when you know that check is coming every 2 weeks or however long. So, like I said, I moved down here. I didn't have a job, went through, that a little bit. I eventually ended up getting on with the University of Georgia. So I was a business manager for the University of Georgia. And most people think, that's if you're not familiar, but it's the big university here.
Yeah.
And what do people say? You have that good steady job, and you stay on that good steady job. So now I'm going to leave this good steady job to now be self-employed. So it was just that was an adjustment and walking on, a whole lot of faith. But I ultimately decided, because by that time I had my third child and I just wanted some more flexibility, and I was just like, we're going to go for it. And thankfully it's worked out. It has not been easy, like I said, it's not a guaranteed pay. So you always have to, be thinking nobody's going to give it to you. You always have to be, going for it. So that was the biggest thing.
When did you get married?
I got married in 2012.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got married.
So you found your husband up here?
No, actually I met him in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Right before I was starting to move and, deciding to move to Georgia. And
he moved with you?
Yeah, we did long distance for a while.
Oh, okay.
We did long distance for a while, and then he moved down. So, yeah, that worked.
That's dope. But even having that partner with you on your journey makes it a little easier.
Oh, most definitely. Like I
if you had to do it all by yourself, I know it would.
Yeah, you really you need a support system. Like you either need to have a really, really big savings, or you need a really good support system. Because even now, like my mom helps me so much with my children because it's you don't have a set 9 to 5. It's like you go here and there. So it gives me flexibility, but at the same time, you do need that support.
Yeah. So being in a realtor business, like what challenges do you face, or like why you do that?
I mean, the biggest thing in real estate, the biggest one is that there are so many variables that you don't control. So I can do everything on my end.
Oh.
But in any given real estate transaction, there are probably about 10 different parties, at least 10 different parties. The buyers, the sellers, both agents, the inspectors, the appraisers, the everybody, at the lender, the loan processor, the loan officer, the underwriter. Like there's so many things that have to gel and mesh.
A whole bunch of moving parts.
Exactly.
And everything have to go right for you at the end.
And gel together. So I can do everything I'm supposed to do, but like you hear nightmare stories. Like one person, his wife went out and applied for a credit card to save like 20% at Kohl's.
Yeah.
Dropped their credit score. Tanked the deal. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So here I am working
going
late night showings, missing stuff with my family, and then so I would say that'd be the biggest challenge.
So how do you overcome it, or you just fight through it?
You just fight through it, and I just have to stay optimistic and positive, and just trust that things are gonna work out. And those times when they don't, or they don't, go as planned, I just have to trust that it's a reason. And I'm going to be okay, and it's going to be good, and I have to keep it moving. So
far, are you enjoying this line of...
Most definitely.
I would assume, like, just knowing that you help the family find their home is rewarding.
Definitely.
Like, what other rewards do you get from being a realtor?
Oh, my goodness. So it's the joy, like, a selfish one is that I get to be in these homes. I see these homes. It's almost like I'm experiencing the journey with them, but I don't have to pay the mortgage. So that's kind of the selfish part. But outside of that, seeing them go through the process, it gets stressful at times, but just seeing them come out on the end, that is so rewarding. Seeing, like I had this one gentleman, he bought in 2013. He sold in like 2016. The check that he got when he sold in 2016, that's not even something that he anticipated. He thought he was just buying to have a place to live, but it ended up being an investment. Yeah. So just seeing how it impacts people long term, that is great. That is great. Like seeing our friend JJ, who we went to school with, he's in Florida, and he contacted me, and I referred him to an agent. So that's another thing. I have a database of agents all over. So if you are moving and you're not in Georgia, you can still contact me, and I will refer you to somebody that will take care of you. And just seeing him, like his posts, like he's building a legacy for his children, like that stuff. like that is priceless because that's affecting generations to come. So to know that I had a little part to doing that,
That's dope.
yeah, that's great.
So, do you invest in real estate or?
I do. Well, let me say I have. So I have had an investment property. I ended up selling it. But for example, like yesterday, I had a closing, and the seller, he has had several investment properties. He still has his full-time job, but he has multiple investment properties. And I want us to get to the mindset of you may not have 10 or 15, get one. Like, just like millionaires, the majority of millionaires have, gained their wealth either in real estate or once they got their money, they invested in real estate. So it's definitely, you need to not only own your home, but you need to look at investing at some point.
They say the number 2 wealth builders are real estate and the stock market.
Right.
So
right.
Be a part of one of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they ain't making no more dirt, so you might as well get you some land.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that was my first investment. My mom had she was like into investing and stuff like that.
Okay.
So she was like, let's go look at this land that they were selling in Lehigh Acres in Florida.
Okay.
So I was like 18 and she was like, I'm gonna buy a property here. Do you want to come with me and see what I'm going to do? I was like, yeah, I brought a quarter of an acre. She brought a half an acre. She still have hers. I sold mine for like $16,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I sold it in November. 2 months later they sent me what you call it? They were willing to buy it for like $25,000. So I just lost out.
So had you held it a little longer, and that's the
3 more months, like
yeah, that's the variables of real estate,
But it is good to invest,
but
man.
you did it though, like kudos to you, and you did it at such a young age. So that's why I love seeing people that get it early. But even if you didn't get it early, get it now.
Yeah,
like don't keep putting it off. Like save a little bit.
Yeah, I wasn't in a rush to move out, so I stayed in my parents' home for a long time. But I never rented.
Right.
So from the time that I got out on my own, I always owned a home or lived in my parents' home. Even when I first came to Georgia, like I said, I didn't get approved. But my mom brought a house and she got approved. So I moved in that house and stayed in it until I got my house. So
she kept it in the family. Like shout out to your mom though.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to do better with our children to make sure that they understand it's not, they have this knowledge and they are making these kind of moves and they just know that there's options and there's possibilities and they just need to educate themselves. So shout out to your mom for doing that. That was dope.
So putting it out there is like starting a conversation, and that's the whole reason for this podcast is start conversations to help build a better future for you, your family, and your generations to come.
Yes.
So,
and that's why I'm so happy you invited me. Thank you.
Oh man, I'm great to see you. I'm great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching. That's been an episode of The 4sho.
Yes.
Thank you.